What is the most infuriating case of corporate policy you've ever encountered? For me, it was the day a clipboard almost became a death sentence for my 7-year-old Leo. It started with a frantic buzz from my pocket during a budget meeting. It was Leo's elementary school. The secretary, a woman named Mrs. Gable, who sounded like she breathed through a straw, told me Leo had collapsed on the playground and was in the nurse's office. I didn't even grab my laptop. I sprinted to my truck and made a 15-minute drive and ate. When I burst into that front office, chest heaving, I expected to be rushed back. Instead, Mrs. Gable didn't even look up from her monitor. "I'm here for Leo Vance," I gasped. "I'm his father." She finally looked at me, adjusted her glasses, and clicked a few times. "I see. I'm sorry, Mr. Vance, but your name is listed as the secondary emergency contact. According to the new safety protocol implemented just last Tuesday, we can only release a student in a medical event to the primary contact." I felt the blood drain from my face. "My wife is an ICU nurse, Mrs. Gable. She's in the middle of a 12-hour shift at a level 1 trauma center. She can't just walk away from a surgery. I'm right here. Let me see my son." She tapped a laminated sign on the desk. "Safety first. Policy is policy, sir. Without a notarized waiver or a direct call from the primary, I cannot, by law, open that door." Through the small window in the heavy oak door, I saw a glimpse of Leo. He was lying on a cot, his skin a terrifying shade of gray-blue. He wasn't moving, not even a little. "He's turning blue," I screamed, slamming my fist against the glass. "He's having an allergic reaction. Look at him." Mrs. Gable didn't even flinch. "Sir, if you continue to be aggressive, I will be forced to call campus security. Please, step back from the desk." I didn't step back. I pulled out my phone and did the only thing I could think of. I didn't call my wife. I called the police, right there, 3 feet from her face. "Yes, I need an officer and an ambulance at Jefferson Elementary," I said, my voice shaking with pure, unadulterated rage. "The staff is currently kidnapping my son while he undergoes a medical emergency. They are refusing to let a legal guardian provide aid." Mrs. Gable's eyes went wide. She started stammering about liability and district regulations, but I ignored her. I watched that door like a hawk until the sirens cut through the quiet neighborhood. 2 officers and 2 EMTs burst in. One cop looked at Mrs. Gable, then at me, then at the blue child through the window. He didn't ask for a form. He put his boot to the frame and kicked that door open so hard the hinges groaned. The EMTs were on Leo in seconds. "Anaphylaxis," one shouted. "He's closing up. Where's his EpiPen?" The school nurse, who had been sitting there waiting for permission to act, fumbled it over. If we had waited another 5 minutes for my wife to get off her shift, Leo wouldn't have made it. At the hospital, after Leo was stabilized, the principal actually had the nerve to call me, not to apologize, but to inform me that I would be billed for the damaged door and that my disruptive behavior might result in a ban from campus. I didn't say a word. I just hung up and called the best litigator in the state. 2 months later, Jefferson Elementary has a new principal, a new front office staff, and a very different policy regarding parents. Sometimes the rules aren't there to protect the kids. They're there to protect the cowards behind the desks. Don't ever let a clipboard stand between you and your family.